Football isn't just about goals. It's about the battles, the drama, and the stories that unfold every single match day. Every fixture has its own script. Underdogs chasing glory, favorites under pressure, and moments that can flip a result in the blink of an eye. That's where we come in. Today, we're breaking down the key games with score predictions, insights, and the kind of analysis that turns guesswork into confidence. Some matches will be tight and tactical, others explosive and full of goals, but each one carries its own edge. So buckle up, because over the next few minutes we'll dive into the action, highlight where the games could be won or lost, and give you the scorelines we believe will unfold. This is football at its most unpredictable, and that's exactly why we love it. Netherlands versus Poland. Correct score 2-0. Prediction: Netherlands win. This is a clash between two sides with very different strengths. Poland have the physicality and fighting spirit, but when it comes to technical control, tempo, and consistency, the Netherlands have the upper hand. Playing at home, they'll look to dominate possession, move the ball quickly, and stretch Poland's defense. Poland may cause some problems with their direct style, but breaking through the Dutch back line won't be easy. The Netherlands have shown they can stay compact when needed, and once they settle into their rhythm, they usually find the breakthrough. It might take patience, but once the first goal arrives, the game should tilt firmly in favor of the home side. With their balance of control in midfield and sharpness going forward, the Dutch are expected to see this one through. That's why the prediction here is a 2-0 win for the Netherlands. A professional performance, a clean sheet, and 3 points that underline their strength at home. Slovakia versus Germany. Correct score 0-1. Prediction: Germany win. This is the kind of international fixture where patience and discipline will decide the outcome. Slovakia are no pushovers. They'll set up with defensive organization, looking to frustrate and hit on the counter. Playing at home, they'll also have the crowd pushing them to stand tall and make life difficult for the visitors. Germany, however, have the quality and composure to handle that type of game. They won't be rushed, they won't be flustered. Instead, expect them to keep control of the ball, wait for openings, and gradually turn pressure into chances. It may not be a goal-filled spectacle, but Germany know how to grind out results when it matters most. That's why the prediction here is a 1-0 win for Germany. A tight, tactical battle where one decisive moment is enough to separate the two sides. Liechtenstein versus Belgium. Correct score 0-3. Prediction: Belgium win and over 2.5 goals. This is one of those fixtures where the gap in quality is clear. Liechtenstein will come into the game with pride and determination, but when it comes to experience, pace, and attacking firepower, Belgium are on another level. The hosts are likely to sit deep with numbers behind the ball, hoping to delay the inevitable, but Belgium thrive in these situations. With patience, movement, and constant pressure, they know how to break down stubborn defenses. Once the first goal arrives, the game should open up, and that's when their attacking strength can really take over. Liechtenstein may resist for a while, but across 90 minutes, Belgium's class is simply too much to handle. That's why the prediction here is a 3-0 win for Belgium, with over 2.5 goals. A controlled performance, a clean sheet, and a comfortable victory that reflects the gulf between the two sides. Bulgaria versus Spain. Correct score: 0-2. Prediction: Spain win and over 1.5 goals. This matchup has all the makings of a game where control meets resistance. Bulgaria will aim to stay compact, frustrate, and try to catch Spain on the break with quick transitions. At home, they'll fight with intensity, but the real challenge will be maintaining that discipline for 90 minutes against a side that thrives on possession. Spain are built for games like this. They know how to keep the ball, dictate the rhythm, and slowly wear down teams that sit deep. It may not all come at once, but with patience and precision, Spain usually find their way through. Once they open the scoring, it becomes very difficult for the opposition to recover. That's why the prediction here is a 2-0 win for Spain, with over 1.5 goals. Expect a professional performance, steady pressure, and 2 well-taken goals that underline the difference in class. Kazakhstan versus Wales. Correct score 0-2. Prediction: Wales win. This is a fixture where resilience will meet determination. Kazakhstan at home are always tricky. They play with energy, press hard, and rely on the crowd to push them forward. But while that spirit can make things uncomfortable for visiting teams, it often isn't enough against more disciplined opposition. Wales come into this match with organization and focus. They're strong at the back, patient in midfield, and know how to take their chances when they come. The key here will be keeping calm during the early exchanges, absorbing the pressure, and then growing into the game. Once Wales settle, their structure and ability to control the tempo should prove decisive. Kazakhstan may battle hard, but over 90 minutes, the away side's quality should shine through. That's why the prediction here is a 2-0 win for Wales. A professional away performance, a clean sheet, and 3 important points on the road. Georgia versus Turkey. Correct score, 1-1. Prediction: Turkey win or draw. This is one of those fixtures that feels perfectly balanced. Georgia at home will bring intensity, pride, and plenty of fight. They've grown into a side that no longer just sits back. They play with confidence, especially in front of their own supporters, and that makes them dangerous. Turkey, however, come in with the edge of experience. They know how to handle these tricky away matches, staying composed under pressure and finding ways to respond when the game gets tough. It may not always be free-flowing football, but their resilience makes them very hard to beat. Expect Georgia to have their moments, maybe even open the scoring, but Turkey's ability to respond and keep pushing should see them earn something from this clash. That's why the prediction here is a 1-1 draw, with the safer call being Turkey to win or draw. A tight battle, both teams on the score sheet, but no clear winner at the final whistle. And that's a wrap on today's international predictions. From tight tactical battles to dominant performances, every game has its own story waiting to be written. Some nations will rise, others will stumble, but that's the beauty of football. It always finds a way to surprise us. If you've enjoyed the breakdowns, make sure you stay tuned, because the next round of fixtures is never far away, and with it comes new twists, fresh scorelines, and more drama to unfold. Football never stops, and neither do we when it comes to keeping you ahead of the game. Until next time, stay passionate, stay ready, and let's see how many of these predictions hit the mark.